All right. Good morning, CrossFit Linchpin. It is, what is it? It's November 26th, 2019. And today, I'm just going to field a question from a member of the community that hopefully other people can benefit from. And then, as always, if there are any questions out there, throw them out, and I will do my best to circle back and answer any of those questions. Let me play with the camera a bit here. Oh, jeez. Oh, hold on, I messed up the camera. There we go. All right. So here's the question. It is, Pat, could we get a Linchpin Conversations podcast on how to return to CrossFit after being out for an extended period of time? For instance, I was out for 2 weeks, and it has taken me 3 weeks to really get back to normal. I was out the first week due to international travel, and the second week due to illness. I haven't experienced that level of soreness that I experienced after my first day back in years. How fast should someone come back? How many days should one get in before trying to go RX again at the same or the previous volume of reps and weight, etc., etc.? And he ends the question by saying that he realizes that a lot of this is going to be unique to the individual, which is very true. Alright, well that was very annoying. You know, every time we do these videos, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but then some telemarketer just called and disrupted the video. I mean, what's the point of Do Not Disturb if it still disturbs you? So, anyway, here's my quick recommendation for this, and it's kind of broken down into two parts. Number one is international travel or travel in general, and then the second one is the illness and, you know, what should you do on each one of those. So I've always had a job that's involved travel my entire life, from I was 21 years old to right now at 44. So I've been traveling and living out of a suitcase for about 23 years. So I'm pretty familiar with that. And international travel is by far the most brutal. You know, if you're just going one or two states over, okay, that's not too bad. That shouldn't be too disruptive. But I mean, there were times where, especially on the level 1 staff for CrossFit HQ, I would be in a different city or country 50 weekends a year, 50 weekends a year. They only just not Christmas and New Year's. And so that could be, I'm in whatever state in the U.S. I was living in at the time, and I would go to Sydney, Australia, or Perth, Australia, which sounds glamorous, but we would go just for the weekend. It's a rugged trip just for the weekend. So you'd fly in, you know, you get to San Francisco, hop on a flight from San Francisco, fly, I can't even remember what the flight is, 14 hours, something like that. Land in Sydney, totally just wrecked. You know, maybe it's sometime on Friday morning, Sydney, Australia time. And then you do the level 1 seminar Saturday and Sunday, and then fly out Monday morning, and that was it. Bang. I mean, talk about a disruption to your sleep cycle. Everything going on in your life is utterly just upside down. And then then you're not even really quite used to Australian time, and then you fly back home when you're in the U.S. and you're disrupted there for about 7 days until your body recovers. So it's just, all of that's rugged. So international travel is no joke. Hopefully you're not traveling for that short of a period of time. But anyway, here are my general things. Whenever I did or continue to do international travel, and we would do this all the time with the level 1 staff, whenever we arrived in Denmark, Germany, Switzerland, Australia, you name it, doesn't matter where we came from. When we landed in that new country, whatever the time is in that country, that's the time. You have to not compare in your head to like, oh, you know, if you land and it's 10 a.m., but it's really like 7 p.m. is what your body's feeling like. That's what 7 p.m. back home, but it's 10 a.m. wherever you landed. It's 10 a.m. That's it. And you need to accept that new time zone immediately. And it's not that we just missed dinner. It's either brunch or it's 2 hours to lunch, and that's it. And even though your body is just craving in a few hours to go to bed because you've landed and you thought it was 7 p.m. even though it's really 10 a.m. there. You have to force yourself to stay awake till at least about 8:30 that night. And it's going to be a long, miserable first day, but you can't allow yourself, even though you feel like trash, to just walk into the hotel room around noon because you're jet lagged and tired and take a 3 to 4 hour nap, because then all you've done is destroyed yourself and you are not going to sleep that night and you are just utterly and completely screwed. So your best opportunity is you land, you just tell yourself it's the time zone that it is, my old time zone no longer exists, get on that sleep cycle, get on that eating cycle, stay up all day, crash, go to bed that night. You'll probably sleep quite well, at least that first night, if you can force yourself to stay up because you'll be so darn tired. You'll get up the next day, probably have at least one productive day, and then you do run the risk of that second night, your body just being out of whack and getting quite a terrible night's sleep. But that's just, international travel is just rough. There's no way around it. So those are some general tips there. Here are the two other things that can really disrupt or derail a trip. Diet, and then the working out, because it's really easy on a business trip, be it domestic or international, to feel like, well, you know what, I'm on a business trip, so the normal rules don't apply, so I'm going to be a little more lax with my nutrition. You know, the buffet at the hotel looks amazing. I'm going to indulge every single morning, even though this isn't something that I would do at home. Hey, everybody from the office or whatnot is, you know, going out for drinks or going out for chicken wings or, you know, whatever it happens to be, the local incredible cuisine, the you've got to try this, fill in the blank, and that happens every meal, every night for several days. That's going to add up as well. So, I mean, hey, if you're traveling, have fun, right? I mean, but tempered with a bit of sanity. There's some amazing little treat or food piece or something where you are that you would be sad if you left that country and didn't try it. Of course you should try it. Of course. I'm just saying you shouldn't fill a bathtub with it and just gorge yourself until you're just nauseatingly full every day that you're there. That's what I'm saying. So a little bit of reality goes a long way. So to the best of your ability, control the sleep cycle, get on the time zone just to convince yourself that's where it is, and just stay as tight to your diet as you possibly can, because your body's out of whack anyway, and the last thing you need to do is just fill it with junk. The next part is the workouts. So, working out, I don't know about you, but working out at home is sometimes tough for me. In my own life, with my own routine, with my own schedule, with my own everything set up to maximum, you know, for me to have maximum ability to walk in and do it easily, it's still challenging at times. So now, all that's gone. All your little comfy and cozy things that you're used to are gone. You're in some random hotel that may or may not have a gym, and you're jet lagged and tired, and maybe you don't like the food where you are, so you're feeling bad for yourself. What we used to do when we would travel is wherever we knew that we didn't want to get in the workout, because we're human beings. Even though we're CrossFit trainers, we're still human beings, and we're tired. As soon as we landed, everybody would check in at the front desk, would wait for everyone to check in, and we'd look at each other and would be like, all right, hotel gym in 15 minutes, and everybody would begrudgingly go, all right, see you in 15 minutes. And we would all just, that would be the first thing that we did before we did anything, before we explored the city, before we did, I mean, you name it. 15 minutes in your room, get back, meet at the hotel gym, got no idea what it looks like, and then just knock it out before you can talk yourself out of it. So that is my other tip, is on trips like that, I would really prioritize getting the workout in, getting it in early, like early in the day after I wake up, before breakfast or whatnot, and just get it off my plate. because especially on business trips, you may not be as in control of your life or schedule as you normally are. Things pop up, hey, this is going to come up, we're going to need you here, I know this was unexpected, and you planned on getting in the workout in the evening, and suddenly your evening disappeared. So get it out of the way ASAP. And then the other part is just to take the pressure off yourself, because you're on the road, you're living in a hotel, whatever it happens to be. They may or may not have decent gear. They probably don't. And so now it's just a free-for-all, okay? If you deviate a bit from the regularly scheduled programming, you're okay. If the workout is mediocre at best, that's a huge win. It doesn't matter. What I think is the most important is you keep your diet as tight as you can, and you just get something in. Ro, what's up, my friend? Roy McCurran joining the broadcast. Ro is somebody who he doesn't need to hear this, quite frankly. Ro, what we're talking about is getting in workouts while traveling. I had a question from somebody in the community. What to do. They basically didn't work out while they traveled. It was a rough entry back, so going over some tips and tricks. So anyway, take care of the diet. Keep it as close to normal as you possibly can. You're jet lagged. Tighten up the diet. Get in the workout ASAP. And whatever it is, just look at the gear that they have and make it happen. The mere fact that you did something is incredible. There's that saying that something is better than nothing, which I think doesn't tell the whole story, because something is better than nothing. I think that sounds like something is only marginally better than doing nothing. Like, better than nothing. I think when you're on the road, the fact that you did something, it's not marginally better than nothing. It's orders of magnitude better than doing nothing. So just wander in the gym, and then there are some classic ones that my buddies and I would do, and do to this day, depending upon what they do or don't have in the gym. So a 1 up to 10 back down to 1 rep scheme. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then 9 down to 1. That will give you 100 repetitions. And so there's countless times that my buddies and I, we would walk into a gym, and this might be the only thing that we would do. We would do 100 burpees. But nobody wants to do 100 burpees, especially straight. So we would make it a two-person partner workout. And so we would just look at each other and be like, all right, I'm going to do this, let's do this. I would do 1 burpee, he would do 1 burpee. I would do 2, he would do 2. I would do 3, and then we would go up to 10 that way, and then back down to 1. And that would get us in 100 burpees. And then we'd just walk out of the gym, and that was it. It's just that simple. Workout accomplished. And that doesn't require any gear. We would also play that same game and do that same rep scheme, the 1 up to 10, back down to 1, done in a you-me kind of fashion. If they had dumbbells, we would do a 1-arm dumbbell power snatch. And it was fantastic. We get in 100 dumbbell power snatches. If the gym has dumbbells, you have everything in the world that you need. Everything that you need. From power snatches, like I just said, you can do dumbbell burpees, you've got dumbbell thrusters, you've got death by thrusters, you've got bent over rows, you've got presses, you've got single leg dumbbell stiff-legged deadlifts, you've got Bulgarian split squats, you've got weighted lunges. I mean, if they have dumbbells, you are fantastic. Then all you need to do is find the motivation to walk into the gym. If they have dumbbells and a treadmill, I mean, you're going to the games. You're solid. You've got everything that you need. If they don't have anything, you've got nothing. Zilch, zero. Well then, again, don't underestimate the power of the burpee. The burpee is incredible. And then you could just be in your room doing variations of Cindy. I know you don't have a pull-up bar to do 5 pull-ups, but maybe you get rid of the pull-ups and you put in 5 sit-ups. So 1 round of Cindy now becomes 5 sit-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 air squats. And then, boom, that's it. You just do that for 20 minutes. I guarantee you won't be shortchanged. You kick against the wall and do handstand push-ups, or do you do handstand holds? If you don't have handstand push-ups, you do hollow rocks and all kinds of gut work for sure. You can go for a run. I know that shocks many CrossFit athletes, but it is possible. You can go for a run. You could even sprint. If you can do burpees and you can sprint, you can maintain your fitness. So point being, whatever you've got, you're going to be good to go. It's just getting in there. Hopefully you've got a buddy with you. A little bit of motivation goes a long way, and knock that workout out. And I lived this not only with all the level 1 seminars, but when myself and Ian Wittenberg did our 12,500 mile motorcycle trip across Latin America in 2013, we would go many, many days just riding through the middle of nowhere. No gyms, no nothing in sight. We're on motorcycles. We don't have any gear. Zilch, zero. And Ian and I did so many burpees and so much sprinting and so many air squats. It was insane. And my big takeaway was that I was shocked at how much just those simple things that I just mentioned kept a very high level of fitness and very high level of strength. When we did wind up getting to an affiliate and grabbed a barbell again, it was shocking how little that we lost. So I think those things go a very long way. And then the other part of the question that he had was about, okay, so that's traveling. And the other part was illness, what to do with illness. You know, as somebody who enjoys humor and sarcasm, as I do, I'll make fun of somebody in a joking, loving, caring way a lot for missing workouts. Oh, your parakeet died. You missed a workout. I'll razz some people about a lot of stuff. In good fun, in good nature. However, the sickness thing, that's probably one of the few times that if somebody falls ill, I'm like, I don't think you should work out. So if you are sick or feeling under the weather, I think that's a great opportunity to just go ahead and take the rest that you need and not beat your body down more. If you do something, I'd do something just super low intensity, almost like a recovery, just moving session. And then coming back might be rough, but all bets are off. If you're not quite sure, even though you might feel better, you still don't know what's going on inside your body. So even though, hey, you slept well last night, your fever seems to have broke, kind of feeling back to normal, that in no way, shape, or form means that your performance is going to be anything like it did the previous week when you were healthy. So all bets are off. Heavy scaling, don't run the clock, don't worry about prescribed loadings, cut down rep ranges if you need, and just move. And allow yourself to just move without the pressure of the clock or anything prescribed for as long as it takes until you feel good. Again, no pressure. Just get back in the gym, listen to your body, get some good night's sleep, and you will come back. It just might take longer than you want. So that's about it. Hope everyone has a great day. And let's see, I think I did. There was something earlier. Let me take a quick peek, see if I missed anything. Oh, looks like I might have missed a lot. All right. Waves, waving back at everybody, of course. Let's see, Panda Pilot. He did a lot of international travel. Technique for workouts is just stay in the home. Yeah, stay in the home time schedule. Exactly. If you're there for a week or less. Yep, keeps me on track for the week. I fully agree. You stay on the home time schedule. Home time zone. I did the polar opposite. I would just be there and then I'm in. But I guess whatever works for you, works for you. Mike said, this is the most accurate description of work, travel, life balance I've ever heard. Real talk. Appreciate it. And let's see. From Jason, if I'm up all night at work, before I go home, I like to hit your 10 burpee EMOM to get the blood flowing. Also one of my favorite travel wads. Yeah, again, the power of burpees. They're fantastic. So, alright everybody, I'm going to finish my coffee and get my kids up and get them moving towards school. Have a great day, and we will talk later.